Good evening, everybody. It's Charlie, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube. It's time for your live edition of Leeds United taking place at Elland Road tomorrow afternoon. Really hope that you're all doing well and that you've all had a great week and that you're all ready for hopefully 3 points for Leeds United. Just before we get into it, as always, please smash that like button. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel and share all of your thoughts and opinions in the live chat as we go. I have made some notes on my phone, as I like to do. Obviously, because I'll be honest, I think of really good points that I'd like to make and then I just forget them. So I have made a few notes. So obviously, there's quite a bit to get through on tonight's preview, guys. So I'll go for as long as there's people in the chat. So yeah. Firstly, I just want to speak about Brighton. Obviously, the opponent for tomorrow's game. They're a good side, aren't they? I think the start of the season under Graham Potter, and I think even under Potter, I felt that they were a very good outfit, organised, a really good quality defence, really good attack as well. I think they are a really well-run club, and they're kind of following a model that Leicester were doing a few seasons back, where they're identifying really good talent at a very good price, and then in a season or two, they're just going on to sell for big money. Example, Mark Cucurella, who they bought for quite cheap, I believe. And then obviously he's now applying his trade at Chelsea. They sold him for 50 million, made a huge profit on him. Caicedo as well, they signed him. I don't think a lot of people had heard of him. But then all of a sudden now he's signing a new contract after having interest from Arsenal in January. And I think the buyout clause will be something like 90 million, which again, really good bit of business. They're a very well-run outfit. I just wish Leeds United could follow suit and be ran in a similar way, in all honesty. There's is he Chinese or Korean? Mitoma as well. I believe they signed him for just under 3 million, which is an absolute steal. He's having a really, really good season, chipping in with goals and assists left, right, and centre. And then obviously, Graham Potter decided to move on to Chelsea. He's having a time of it, isn't it? In the last week, as a win against Leeds United has seemed to have upped the spirits at Stamford Bridge, and obviously they beat Dortmund in midweek in the Champions League. So has he turned it around there? I don't know. I'll be completely honest with you, but under Roberto De Zerbi, again a manager who I had never really heard of until he came to the Premier League. It was fairly unknown, but I think he's just picked up right where Graham Potter left them. And I do think that they're actually better to watch under De Zerbi, in my opinion. I think the play is a lot more free flowing. The attackers are really, I think the system that Brighton play, it's high intensity, really good skill levels as well. They've got that mixture of unknown and proven quality. They've got Danny Welbeck up top, who likes a goal against Leeds United, might I add. He'll probably start Water tomorrow. So yeah, and obviously there's Alexis McAllister as well, who is a World Cup winner with Argentina. He had an unbelievable World Cup with them as well. He actually started most of their games, I think. And he played really well in the World Cup final as well. And I remember watching him just thinking, he's playing with Messi, Di Maria, Rodrigo de Paul. And then you've got Alex McAllister, who plays for Brighton, in there. And honestly, he didn't look out of place. So these are the sorts of players that we're obviously going to need to be dealing with tomorrow. Now, where I think this game will be lost is in the midfield. I think if we can win the midfield battle, then that's key. Like you say, the likes of Caicedo, Alexis and McAllister playing further forward. Solly March as well. Obviously, they did have Trossard until he's moved to Arsenal. I think it ended a bit sourly there, didn't it? And there's Pascal Gross as well. And really good organised side. And like I said, I think it will be one in the midfield, but we'll just get into a few of your comments now. Hill Football, hello, my friend. How we doing? He's back again. If we go back and attack with pace, we might get a draw 1-1. Yeah, I'll leave my score prediction to the end. But yeah, I can understand your way of thinking there. Jason is in the building. How we doing, Jason? All right, mate. Japan. Oh, right. Okay. The Brighton player Mitoma's Japanese. Okay. Man's in the building. I'm trying to flash your comment up there. Sorry, evening, mate. Okay, yeah, I'm all good, mate. How are you? Mark's in the building as well. Do you think Cine and Rodrigo will take any part tomorrow? I will be coming on to that in a little bit, but just very briefly, I don't think so, Mark. I don't. I think it could be a little bit of a risk to bring them back so quickly. I would rather have them at the right time than rush them back and have another Pat Bamford scenario where it's just going on and on and on. But yeah, as I was saying then about the midfield. Now, I said in my predicted 11 upload, if you haven't already, go check that out from last night. I did say on there that I would go with a midfield 3 for this one. I think it just adds a little bit more balance. I think Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie are similar types of player. McKennie's just got maybe the final product a little bit more than Tyler Adams. But I think in terms of interceptor of play, a tackler, not technically gifted, but puts himself about, I think they're both very similar. So I think having Tyler Adams sit slightly deeper in front of the back four with Weston and McKennie on the right, Mark Rocker on the left. I think Mark Rocker provides that passing ability, calm and composed on the ball, progressive passing up the pitch. And I think he's more likely to get us up the pitch quicker than what a Tyler Adams would or a Weston McKennie would. So hit me up in the chat, guys. Do you think a midfield 3 is the best way to go? Or are you thinking that Leeds should just set up in a low block and just try to frustrate Brighton? But yeah, another thing that I did want to touch upon is similar to my predicted 11 is which formation you think we'll go with. Now, I've obviously alluded to the fact there that I would prefer a midfield 3, so I'm going with a 4-3-3, obviously. Now, I've seen a few people saying on Twitter and other socials that Leeds should set up in a low block, like I have just said, in a 4-4-2 or even a 4-5-1 to maybe try and frustrate Brighton and try to catch them on the counter. And I can understand that, and I can get behind that theory. However, do Leeds United have the players to sit in and soak up pressure for the majority of a 90-minute game? I'm not sure. I think under Javi Gracia, we are definitely a lot more solid, 100%. Defensively, I mean. But sustaining that over 90 minutes against a side like Brighton, who are good, they play expansively. I'm not too sure. I think the fact that they play expansively could play right into our hands. I think we do play a lot better against teams that play expansively because we can kind of match them in that way. But I think it's trying to, it's about trying to apply that balance, isn't it? Where it's solid and sustainable defensively, but also we can match them in an attacking sense as well and really take the game to them. It's at Elland Road. The fans will be bang up for it. We need points. We need to be targeting our home games in this final running of the season. So hopefully the players can feed off the atmosphere at Elland Road tomorrow. I will be there. Hit me up in the comments with anyone else that will be in attendance at Elland Road tomorrow. As I said on the last stream, for those of you that don't know, I am a season ticket holder in the South Stand, and believe me, when it gets toxic in that South Stand, as I'm sure it does in any other stand in Elland Road, wherever you sit. If Brighton go a goal up early on, I think the crowd will turn. I really do. I know Brighton are a good side, and a neutral will be having a look at this and thinking that it's an easy Brighton win. But I do definitely think Leeds United are capable of frustrating Brighton and getting something out of this game. Do I think it'll happen? I'm not too sure. But you can live in hope, can't you? I'm just looking at my notes there, guys, just so I know where I'm getting to. I'm just going to get into a few of your comments, though. Oh, actually, sorry, I'm just going to scroll back up. I want to make sure I get as many of your comments in. Skip's in the building. How you doing, mate? Brighton have threats all over the pitch and a lot of height in their defence. Sadly, I just can't see us scoring. Yeah, obviously they have got a good defence, haven't they? I think it's like some Veltman, I believe, Lewis Dunk, some tall, imposing, physical centre backs, and who I think will be up front as the number 9 for Leeds United tomorrow. It'll be a real test to see how he does against a defence like that. I do think it'll be Jorginho Ruta through the middle. It'll be certainly interesting to see how he gets on. Yorkie lads in the building, how we doing? Hopefully Rodrigo comes on second half, wins it for us. Hopefully, if he can play any part at all, it would be a huge. So yeah, hopefully, mate. Yeah, the camera seems to be going off as well, guys. I do apologise. Must be the snow affecting the Wi-Fi, even though I thought it had gone earlier. But anyway, Mark's in the building again. The manager was going to start Gnonto as a striker down the middle. Yeah, now I saw this. I think it was Roberto Mancini who came out in an interview and said that Gnonto can play as a second striker. Now, yeah, I mean it's something to try, isn't it? 100%. But well, I was just going to say that I think Gnonto is actually better effective on the left, but at the start, he's been taken off in a few games. The fact that he didn't start against Chelsea, maybe that's Javi Gracia not 100% fancying him, or it could just fact that. Sorry, I've completely lost my train of thought there because my camera is just going absolutely nutty. But maybe he's been found out on the left-hand side. I think a lot of teams seem to double up on him a lot now. So maybe that could be the thinking for not playing him as much as what I would have thought. But yeah, it certainly is an option, Mark. Yorkie's back with 4-3-3. Yep, I agree. And his midfield three would be Rocket, Adams and Jebe. So leaving out Weston and McKennie. I'd like to know your thoughts on why you're not including Weston and McKennie in there, Skip. Would start Harrison. That's a bold statement, Mark. I personally wouldn't. I think his form of late has been absolutely woeful. I can't think of a game this season where he's actually played well for the full 90, in all honesty. And it's a shame for Harrison because I think there's potential in there for him. But he's been at the club for like 5 seasons now. The fact that I'm still saying he's got potential. We know that when Harrison is hot, he's really hot. But when he's cold, he's really, really cold. So hopefully, if he plays tomorrow, he's hot and he can chip in with a goal or an assist. You couldn't get a ticket. Yeah, it is difficult to get tickets at the minute, isn't it? I fully agree with you there. Hill Football is going to be there tomorrow in the East Stand. Good for you, mate. Hopefully, we can all see 3 points there. Yorkie lad. If we had Gnonto, Rodrigo and Cine front three, we are winning games. All 3 can put the ball in the net. I completely agree because I think when everyone's fit, that is my front 3. I'd play Gnonto off the right, Cine off the left, and Rodrigo through the middle. That's my full starting. My front 3. Sorry, should I say? When everyone is fit. I'm a season ticket holder in the West Stand. Bond in 2004. Wow. West Ham since 2004. Fair play to you. My first season ticket was in the promotion season a few seasons ago. I was on a list for quite a while and then I managed to get one. Your Wi-Fi, yeah, exactly. It keeps coming and going for some reason. Most nights it's actually quite good. I do apologise. We seem to be okay at the minute though, so apologies for that. Evening, Charlie. Hopefully 3 points. Yep, Julie. Hopefully evening to you too. How are you doing? Freezing up. It's the weather. Yeah, probably, mate. Probably. It's been very cold in West Yorkshire today, hasn't it? We need to be better at corners. Yeah, don't even go there on corners. Honestly, I don't even get excited for corners now. I really don't. And that's quite sad, really, isn't it? That a Premier League club don't have a professional footballer in their ranks that can kick a dead ball into the box. Absolutely mind-numbing to watch us take a corner. JB can see and play a pass much better than McKenna. Okay, all right, fair enough. I agree with you maybe on the passing, but I think McKenna's played in the Champions League, Juventus, and I think that over the games that he's played for us, my camera's gone again there. I don't know what's happening, guys. I really do apologise. Hopefully it can calm down. Hopefully it's better for when I come back on stream on what day are we on? Sunday. So then just some other points as well that I want to cover. Something that I've already said as well. Elland Road needs to be a huge factor. Yeah. In this game and moving forward, it needs to be a huge factor in helping Leeds United secure points. I think I said it earlier. When the Elland Road crowd turns, it fully turns, and you can almost feel it before it starts. You can feel the tension building up. You can sometimes where I stand anyway, you can hear people arguing amongst each other, hurling abuse, and it's just not needed. It isn't needed for the players. I'll be honest, I've been guilty of it in the past, but when you sit back and think about it, it isn't needed really. At a game, we need to be getting right behind them because I do believe that they give their everything in every game, even sometimes when it doesn't show it, i.e. Everton away. But the human beings at the end of the day, and deep down, they know the severity of our situation at the minute. They'll be trying their absolute best to get us maximum points in every game that we play. So yeah, hopefully Elland Road is bouncing tomorrow. Hopefully everyone that's going can contribute to that atmosphere, and hopefully the players can feed off it and get in the faces of Brighton and show them that we're not afraid of them and that we will definitely be taking the game to them. Another question that I just wanted to pose as well, because I was thinking about this earlier on today whilst I was working. Is this a must win or is it a must not lose? Because if you have a look at the fixtures in and around us tomorrow, I think Everton have got Brentford at home. I think Southampton travel to Man United. Bournemouth have got Liverpool. Now, I'll be honest, the only game out of those that I'm a bit nervous for is Everton Brentford because Everton are at home in that one at Goodison Park, and they do seem to make that a bit of a fortress, don't they? And Brentford are a weird one. Whenever you fancy them for a win, they don't win. And as much as I don't like Brentford, I would really appreciate it if they could do us a solid tomorrow and really stick it to Sean Dyche's Everton and put it on them and get the job done. You'd expect Scum to beat Southampton at Old Trafford, and Bournemouth are at home, but they're playing Liverpool, who they'll be flying, won't they, after beating the Scum 7-0 last weekend. But it would be typical of them, wouldn't it, to go to Bournemouth and get beat after doing that. But I'm hoping and I'm praying that Liverpool can get the job done there. Pains me to say this, but I hope that Man United get the 3 points as well against Southampton, because, if other results don't go our way, we will be in the bottom 3 by the end of this weekend, potentially. All these other games, imagine Brentford win, Man United win, Liverpool win, and Leeds win. Could you imagine if we managed to get the 3 points? I literally think 2 wins and you pull away. I've seen a lot of people say it, and it's completely right. 2 wins and you pull away 100%. It's so tight at the bottom of the league. I saw someone on Twitter earlier saying that Patrick Vieira's under pressure at Crystal Palace because they've not won a game in 2023. Even we have. So they must be on a poor run at the minute, and we've got them soon at home. Our next 3 home games are Brighton tomorrow, Forest at home, and Crystal Palace at home. The Forest and Palace games are back to back at home. Out of those 3, even worst case, I'm expecting 6 points minimum because I think tomorrow will be a huge task of getting 3 points. I think we're capable of it, but I think it will be a very difficult game. Forest were poor at the City Ground when they beat us, let's be real here. And Crystal Palace, like I just said, are on a poor run of form. I just hope that, in a way, I kind of hope Palace win before they come to Elland Road, because if they don't, you just know what's going to happen, don't you? But yeah, look, I'm just wanting other results to go our way, and it's sad. And I think we're just at that point in the season now where I just want the season to be over, whatever happens, because I'm sick of looking at other fixtures. I really am. But yeah, is it a must not win? Is it a must win or is it a must not lose? Hit me up in the comments with your thoughts on that. Just going, Max is in the building. How you doing? Have I see us actually ever score? It's been too long. Yeah, obviously the Firpo goal was the last goal I saw live, obviously because it was the last home game. But yeah, I think we scored 1 goal in 5 games, and that's from Junior Firpo, which yeah, not good. Just before I go any further, guys, we've been going for 25 minutes. There's 29 of you in the building as it stands. If you haven't already, please smash a like on the video. We've had a few technical difficulties, but I think we're getting there now. Please smash that like button. It really helps get the stream out there. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. That's my next goal. Help me get there as soon as possible. Keep getting your comments in the chat and hit that notification bell. Share it with your friends, your family, your neighbours, whoever. And let's get as many people in the chat as possible. Yeah, we've had that comment up from Max. Yorkie lads back. Apart from Harrison, who do we have to take set pieces and corners? Matt Rocker or Greenwood? Because Harrison needs leaving out now. You say apart from Harrison, but Harrison can't take one. I think Harrison, Aronson, Nyonto, Matt Rocker have all tried taking him. It's only Greenwood that can actually get a ball in. I think he came on against Everton in the first corner he took. He didn't even beat the first man. There's got to be someone in our regular starting 11 who can take a dead ball, who can take a corner kick. I'm not saying we have to score from everyone. I'm not saying that. I'm not deluded. I'm not unrealistic. But just get the ball in the box. Give yourself the best possible chance of scoring from a set piece. I said it on the Final Say stream, I think, last week. Yeah, I did. Everton, famous for set pieces. They pride themselves on it. They're not a good side in open play. They're not. They're not a good technical, expansive team. They've got tall, physical, imposing players that they use very effectively on set pieces, whether it be free kicks or corners. Leeds United don't do that. It's as simple as that. But we need someone who can at least get the ball in to give us the best possible chance of scoring. Mark Hemingway's in the building again. McKennie and Adam need to calm down on the pitch. Adams was at it last week against Chelsea with his temper tantrums. Yeah, I think them two just like to back each other up, don't they? If anything does happen, I think Tyler Adams does like to be a bit of an shit house in most of our games, and I'll be honest, I fully rate it, but I do agree there's a time and a place for it, and I think in games when you're trailing and you're trying to get your head right, you're trying to get back into the game, it's just not needed, is it? So yeah, I think again with that sort of stuff, it's just about finding the right balance. I think. Skips back again. North Upper gets toxic very quick. when things don't go our way. Yeah, I can fully imagine. I think that's the cop in it. Yeah, so yeah, obviously because I'm in the south stand, I don't quite hear the cop. I'll be honest, some games it don't even sound like the cop chant or anything, but I have seen obviously vlogs and everything to suggest that they do, and it actually does look like a really good atmosphere in the cop. But obviously, I am biased. I think the South Stand is the best stand for atmosphere in Elland Road. Got to praise good play, not just clap or go on. Yeah, 100%. Manjeet's back. We need to take advantage of playing at home. 100%. I said it earlier. We need to be targeting our home games now, guys, because we're running out of games, including this one. There's 13 games left now. Which, when you think about it, at first you think, oh, yeah, that's quite a lot. I had a look at it on the Leeds app earlier, the fixtures, and I wasn't scrolling for long. There is not a lot of games left at all. So, yeah, I'm just going to get into a few more of your comments and then we'll go into some other points I just want to reel off. If we get nothing to Moz, it's goodbye Premier League in my eyes. Okay, fair enough. I can fully understand your thinking on that. You know, yeah, I do, Jace. I do, mate. Yeah. Regular watcher of the channel. Appreciate your support, mate. Skip. As of now, I would be happy with a draw tomorrow. Brighton are a level above us in terms of consistency and quality. Yeah, I'd agree. And they're a better, a better ran club than us at the minute as well, aren't they? Even Brentford are as well. If we could have Brentford, Brighton levels of recruitment and just getting things right, then I would be more than happy. It pains me to say it because I hate Brentford, but facts are facts at the end of the day. Appreciate everyone that's in the chat. As I said, hit that like button so the stream can get out there to more people. And please subscribe if you're brand new as well. And keep getting your comments in. I'll keep going for a bit longer. I feel like this is a therapy session, even though the game hasn't even happened yet. But yeah. Jason, 7 points next 3. Yeah, I would be more than happy with that. But I have to put my sensible hat on, I think, and say 6 points, absolute minimum from this next 3. 100%. Are you meaning the next 3 home games there, actually, Jace, or are you including the Wolves and the Arsenal games in that as well? Because, yeah, I think out of the actual next 3 games in general, because Wolves away ain't a picnic either, is it? Let's be real here. Manjeet must win. Okay, and shock everyone, turn the tables, please. Yeah. It's a must win in your eyes, fair dues. I can appreciate that. I think I'm on the fence of it's a must not lose game. And spoiler alert, I don't think we will lose this game. As I'm sitting here now, that could come back to bite me on the backside tomorrow night, but it is what it is. I don't think we'll lose the game. Julie's saying it's must win as well. Fair play in as many as possible. Win, yeah, 100%. Agreeing, that's my point. Yeah, I think we're on about the corner kicks there, aren't we? We've got 2 more comments to get into, and then I'm going to reel off some more points. We need to be better in the final third. Yeah, that's something that I'm literally just about to come on to. We have a game in hand over Everton, so we have to match their minimum. Yeah, I think that's the Forest game at home in midweek. David Evans is in the building. Hello, mate. Looking at fixtures, can see a maximum of 38 points at the end of the season. Is that enough? Ooh, that's a very good question. I'm just gonna double check how many are we on at the minute, points wise. Let's have a look. Just gonna check the old phone. How many points are we on? Got 22 points. So you're saying another 16? Yeah. I can get on board with that. I think it'll be a little bit less, but again, I think it's that tight at the bottom at the moment that you can really see it going down to the wire. And Hill's, yeah, 22 points for Leeds at the minute. So then, some other points. Yeah, clinical edge in the final third. We've lacked that massively of late, haven't we? I think 1 goal in our last 5 games in all competitions, that's simply not good enough. And that goal was from Junior Firpo. Furberto Carlos, as I now like to call him. But all jokes aside, we need more composure and quality in that final third. I think we're missing Rodrigo and Sinistera massively, and it'd be great if they could at least feature in some degree tomorrow, even if it's not from the start. If we could just bring them on for the last 15 to 20 minutes, maybe once Brighton's defence is a little bit worn out. I think Rodrigo, as much as I don't think maybe a number 9 is his best position, he's scored 11 goals this season and he's been more composed and had more quality than we have shown of late. I think Ruta is someone that we need to be more patient with, and people might not agree on that because of the price tag, but the price tag is not his fault. It isn't his fault at all. And like Grazia said in his press conference yesterday, he's a young player who's adapting to a new country, a new league. It's a quicker, more high intensity paced league in England. So I do think there's potential there, and I think that he will come good. I think he could have a tough game on his hands up against the likes of Dunk, etc., in that Brighton defence tomorrow. But hopefully, he can have a good game and his confidence can grow game by game. Now, I've made a point here saying that we are due a win against this lot, and we've not beaten them in the league since the Championship days of 2017, that Chris Wood header at the South Stand end under Gary Monk, which feels like a lifetime ago now. So, yeah, I think Brighton, definitely at the Amex, I think we don't have good luck down there at all, and we got beat down there at the start of the season. It was actually our first defeat of the season. I think at the start of that game week, Leeds were third or fifth, or I think we were third or they were fifth, or other way around. And God, when you think of it now, that in itself as well feels like a lifetime ago. So yeah, we are 100% due a win against the Seagulls, 100%. Hopefully all their fans make the long trip up from the South Coast tomorrow for absolutely naff all. And like I said earlier, we're running out of games now. This one will be tough, 100%. This is not going to be a walk in the park by any stretch of the imagination, guys. But do I think we're capable of getting something? I do. Like I said earlier, I don't think that I don't think that Leeds are going to lose this game. I don't. And my score prediction is going to be 1-1. I think we will draw the game. My goal scorer, I'll say Nyonto. So hit me up in the comment section, guys, with all of your thoughts on and opinions on the score prediction and goal scorer, and we'll get into a few more comments that I've dropped in. Next 3 home, yeah, lose Arsenal, win at Wolves. Okay, yeah. I definitely think we'll lose against Arsenal, and I would be targeting the Wolves game 100. Yeah, the Wolves game 100%. Manjit, the goal difference may save us at the end. Yeah, I think our goal difference on Everton is I think we've got 8 more goals than them, which is quite a significant goal difference for a team that's in the bottom half. Can you see Everton making that 8-goal deficit up? I can't. So it's all about them just keeping on losing. And hopefully Leeds United can pull away and we don't even need to worry about Everton in a few games' time, hopefully. 10 points from 5. God. Hopefully. Hill Football agrees with me and says 1-1 as well. Yorkie lads in the building as well. If Javi gets team right to start with and makes subs at the right time, we are winning. Rodrigo playing. It's in the bag. I'm loving your confidence there, mate, 100%. No, don't know what you're saying no to there, mate. If you could let me know. 2-0 if we go 4-4-2. I'm assuming you mean to Leeds there. Fair play. And look, I can understand why people are saying that they'd like to maybe see a rigid 4-4-2, a low block to try and frustrate Brighton. And I've seen a lot of people say that if we try and match them and go toe to toe, that they'll just pick us off. I think Connor from One Leeds Fan Channel said that. And I agree with him to an extent. But I think the job for Javi is to try and find that level of balance where we can be solid and rigid at the back, but we can also be really good and free flowing going forward. I'm not saying that's going to click straight away, but I do agree with the majority of everyone, and I do think that we'll probably end up going with a rigid style to try and frustrate them. But it would be good to see Leeds United go for it properly, and see if we can just get in the faces and surprise them a little bit. Take a 1-0 stressful game as usual. Yeah, I would take boring 1-0s until the end of the season, Manji. 100%, my friend. No, if Everton can. Oh yeah, no, yeah. I get why it is that you were saying no now. Yeah, Everton are not making that goal difference up. So as long as they can keep losing and Leeds can hopefully pull away, then yeah, I have every confidence that Leeds United can get themselves out of this mess. But this game tomorrow, for me, like I said earlier, it'll be one in the midfield. We just need to try and match them in that area. They'll try and play expansively. They're going to try and cut through the middle of us. So yeah, maybe out of possession, it'll be that rigid style. But I think if Leeds are able to get the ball back, it's about transitional moments. How quick can we move the ball up the pitch? That's why, for me, I would start Mark Rocker in this game as well as Adams and McKennie, because I think Mark Rocker has more of the ability to get the ball up the pitch as quick as possible to help start Leeds United counter-attacks, and hopefully he can contribute to a goal or two. They might even treat us and get 2 goals there. So yeah, I think we're going to leave it there, guys. We've been going for 40 minutes now. Honestly, massive shout out to everyone that's come in the chat and got involved and given me some other points to discuss. I really appreciate everyone that is in the building and that has contributed to this live stream. You've been absolutely amazing. Just before I leave it though, guys, please smash that like button. It really helps get the video out there. As I said, we're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. If you could do me a solid, it really helps me out. Press that subscribe button. It's free. And as I say, it would be really much appreciated. Share it with your friends, your family, your neighbors, whoever. Hit that notification bell so that you're aware of when I'm uploading and going live. There'll be no watch along on the channel tomorrow, as I will be at the game. I'll do a match review as soon as I'm home from Elland Road, but that'll just be a pre-record. And then I'll be back live on the channel at 7 o'clock on Sunday night for the final say, where we can have a therapy session. Even if it's a win, we can have a therapy session and get ourselves over it, because let's be honest, I feel like even if Leeds win most weeks, I'm in need of a therapy session. So make sure that you join in on Sunday as well. And I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.